What's up, fam? Welcome back to Paper Highlighter, your one-stop hotspot for reality TV drama. And trust me, today's tea is boiling over. First up, Tiffany Franco completely loses it at the 90-day Hunt for Love tell-all. She doesn't just throw shade, she goes nuclear, calling Courtney a bitch on national TV. Courtney doesn't take it lying down, though, and the back and forth has fans calling it one of the wildest showdowns the franchise has ever seen. Meanwhile, Usman, Sojaboy Umar, is back in the headlines, but not for music this time. He's shocking fans with news of a surprise engagement to a Mexican woman, and let's just say the internet is dragging him hard. After failed flings with Lisa and Kimberly, is this the real deal or just Soulja Boy's latest remix? And in Brazil, Juliana Custodio is posting cryptic updates that have fans buzzing about a split from her husband, Ben Obscura. One Instagram caption in particular, "From now on, it's just me and you," has viewers wondering if Juliana is officially embracing single motherhood or if we're all reading way too much into it. Finally, the big question. Are Colt Johnson and Courtney Reardon still together? The couple left Hunt for Love as a pair, but now Courtney says Colt has been chatting with other women, and someone even sent him flowers. To top it off, Colt shows up to the tell-all on a cane after surgery, making this one of the most bizarre updates yet in the 90-day universe. All right, let's roll straight into our first story. Tiffany versus Courtney, the slapdown at the tell-all. Tiffany Franco just went from cool to combustible in seconds, calling Courtney a bitch on national TV and turning the tell-all into a full-blown battlefield. The 90-day Hunt for Love tell-all was already hyped to be messy, but fans didn't expect this level of verbal warfare. Tiffany, who's known for her fiery side, snapped when she learned shocking truths she claimed were kept from her. That's when Courtney stepped in. And let's just say sparks didn't just fly, they exploded. Here's how it all went down. Tiffany entered the reunion ready to confront her so-called friends for keeping her in the dark. She pointed the finger at Elise, accusing her of dishonesty and hiding an affair with Carlo. Courtney, never one to back down, decided to clear the air. She revealed that Elise and Carlo had actually been upfront with the group before the tell-all, insisting Tiffany's version of events wasn't the whole truth. But Tiffany wasn't buying it. Her frustration mounted, and that's when she lobbed the now infamous insult. "Oh my God, this bitch is actually stupid." Courtney's clapback? Questioning if Tiffany was really a bitch or just cosplaying as one for the cameras. That comeback only fueled the fire. Tiffany, clearly leaning into her role, doubled down and proudly declared that yes, she was a bitch, and she owned it. Viewers couldn't believe the intensity of the exchange. One minute it was about loyalty and honesty, and the next minute it had devolved into name-calling, ego trips, and a no-holds-barred screaming match. And it didn't stop there. In exclusive clips, Courtney continued to challenge Tiffany, reminding her that she had her own messy love triangle while simultaneously dragging Jennifer for juggling Rob and Cole. Courtney called out the hypocrisy, pointing out that Tiffany's men were just as much of a hot mess. Tiffany deflected, claiming she had made her intentions clear all along, but Courtney wasn't letting her off the hook. The back and forth grew so tense that fans joked the tell-all needed its own tell-all just to break down the fight. The wildest part? Tiffany seemed proud of her outburst. With a smug smile, she leaned into the villain role, making it clear she wasn't interested in apologies or image repair. Courtney, on the other hand, looked genuinely frustrated, seemingly tired of Tiffany's theatrics. The contrast between Tiffany's chaotic confidence and Courtney's exasperated composure made the scene even juicier. Online, fans are eating this up. Memes are flooding Twitter, with some dubbing Tiffany tell-all's new queen of chaos, while others praise Courtney for holding her ground. A Reddit thread even debated whether Tiffany was exposing her true self or just performing for the cameras. One fan summed it up perfectly. This isn't just reality TV, this is reality warfare. And with that, the drama torch has officially been lit. Will Tiffany and Courtney ever recover from this clash? Or is this the beginning of a full-on feud that spills beyond the cameras? Whatever happens, one thing's certain. This tell-all is one for the history books. Stick around because just when you thought the Tiffany versus Courtney chaos was peak drama, guess who's back in the headlines? Usman, Sojaboy Umar, and let's just say his surprise engagement has fans screaming into their phones. Usman, Sojaboy Umar has done it again, this time with a headline that's left fans absolutely stunned. A surprise engagement to a Mexican woman nobody saw coming. For a man whose love life has been reality TV gold, this latest twist is sending shockwaves through the 90 Day Fiancé fandom. Usman's history is already notorious. Marriages to Lisa and Kimberly that ended in drama, accusations, and breakups plastered across every blog. And now, he's flaunting a brand new fiancé, and fans are split between disbelief and outright mockery. Here's what we know. Usman recently opened up in a Q&A on Instagram, confirming that yes, he's off the market and engaged. His Facebook profile had already been hinting at a new relationship since last year, and blogger Mary Pants dug up even more receipts. The big reveal? The mystery woman is Mexican, reportedly from Georgia, and she's managed to steal his heart after all his failed romances. Usman himself insists this is the real deal, promising he finally found the one. But the fan response? Brutal. Reddit threads lit up with criticism, with some users questioning the sanity of any woman willing to say yes to Sojaboy after his track record. One fan snarked, after so many trials and errors, he finally heard someone say yes, bless her patience. Another joked that their state should be embarrassed for producing a woman willing to marry him. Others pointed out that Usman has always been eager for marriage because of his dream to have children, suggesting this engagement might be more about legacy than love. Adding more fuel to the fire, Usman has been doubling down on his views about dating. In the same string of discussions, he admitted he refuses to date bisexual women. The revelation came after his awkward date with Kiera, where he infamously asked, "How do you expect me to make love to you?" Fans cringed at the exchange, with many pointing out his complete misunderstanding of bisexuality. At one point, he even claimed it meant anal sex, prompting Kiera to calmly correct him. That moment, combined with his new engagement news, has fans rolling their eyes at how Usman continues to fumble conversations about love and identity. So, what's really going on here? Is Sojaboy legitimately in love, or is this just another headline-grabbing stunt to keep him on the TLC radar? His history suggests he knows how to keep the spotlight firmly on himself, and this sudden engagement feels like the perfect play. Whether or not this fiancé ever appears on camera remains to be seen. But let's be honest, if Usman's involved, drama isn't far behind, and fans are buzzing. Some think this engagement will implode before it ever reaches the altar, while others suspect TLC might already be gearing up to cast her for a new season. One Redditor quipped, "I give it 6 months before we see her crying on camera, saying she didn't know what she signed up for." Don't touch that dial, because if you think Usman's love life is complicated, wait until you hear what Juliana Custodio just posted. Her cryptic Instagram caption has fans convinced her marriage is over. Juliana Custodio just dropped a social media bombshell, and fans are convinced her marriage to Ben Obscura may be over. The former 90 Day Fiancé star, who has never exactly had a drama-free journey, lit up Instagram with a cryptic caption that has everyone buzzing. This isn't just another selfie. This one screamed, "New chapter, new life," and fans are dissecting every single word. Here's the post that kicked off the firestorm. Juliana shared a sweet picture with her son James, but it was her words that stole the spotlight. She wrote, "From now on, it's just me and you. A new chapter begins full of love and grace. Respect remains where it's due. Grateful for the past." That's right. No mention of Ben, no happy family vibes, just a strong hint that she's preparing to raise her child on her own. Naturally, fans went into detective mode. Is this confirmation of a split? Has Juliana walked away from Ben for good? Or is she just posting something poetic and leaving the rest of us to spiral? Well, based on the timing and the wording, most viewers are leaning toward marriage in trouble. Let's not forget, Juliana has a history of abrupt changes, from her whirlwind marriage to Michael Jessen to the messy split that followed to suddenly popping up with German artist Ben Obscura. Her love life has always been a roller coaster, and now it looks like we may be watching another sharp turn. The online chatter is intense. Supporters flooded her comments with encouragement, praising her for embracing single motherhood with strength and grace. One fan tweeted, "She's not a hot mess. She's a survivor, working, raising her child, and living life her way." Others applauded her decision to keep moving forward, saying she's proof that no man defines her story. But, of course, the critics came out swinging too. Some dragged her for another failed marriage, pointing out that this could be her third official split. One particularly biting comment read, "Poverty to yacht girl to teenage bride, recipe for a hot mess." Others accused her of chasing lifestyle over love, suggesting that Juliana has a pattern of hopping from one relationship to the next without really slowing down. What makes this all the more compelling is Juliana's silence beyond that post. No official statement, no direct confirmation, just a caption that reads like a farewell letter to her marriage. For a reality TV alum who knows how the spotlight works, it feels deliberate. She knows the fandom will talk, and talk they are. So is Juliana really stepping into single motherhood, or is this just another chapter in her ongoing saga of reinvention? Right now, the only clear thing is that she's drawing a line between the past and the future, with her son front and center. And honestly, for fans who followed her from Brazil to yachts to German galleries, this may be Juliana's boldest pivot yet. Viewer reaction is split right down the middle. Half see her as a woman finding her strength, half see her as a train wreck they can't look away from. Either way, Juliana has once again made herself the headline. And just when you think Juliana's cryptic post is enough mystery for 1 week, keep it locked, because up next, we're diving into Colt Johnson and Cortney Reardon's complicated love story and whether they're still together after Hunt for Love. Colt Johnson and Cortney Reardon's, are they still together, or was Hunt for Love just another 90-day experiment gone sideways? When it comes to this pair, nothing has ever been straightforward. Their romance started under the weirdest circumstances, with Cortney admitting she signed on to the show for guidance and relationship counseling, while Colt was just looking for a fresh start after his messy split with Vanessa. Now, after all the drama of the season and a very awkward tell-all, fans are asking, did this couple actually make it past the cameras? Let's rewind. During Hunt for Love Season 1, Colt and Courtney seemed to form an unlikely connection. Colt, still recovering from a divorce and even a trampoline accident that left him seriously injured, leaned on Courtney for companionship. She, in turn, seemed intrigued by Colt's quirks, even if their chemistry was, let's be honest, a little odd at times. By the finale, the two walked away together, and Courtney even told the group she had called her parents to ask if Colt could crash at their place while he figured out his living situation. Yes, you heard that right. Colt was technically homeless during filming, and Courtney's family offered him a safety net. Fast forward to the tell-all, and things started looking shaky. Courtney revealed that Colt had been talking to other women behind her back, and not just talking. She claimed he was planning to meet up with them and even received flowers from a mystery admirer. Cue the gas, because that revelation had fans immediately questioning whether Colt was already back to his old habits. Colt, of course, didn't make things any clearer. In an interview with Swoon, he teased, "Well, I guess you just have to kind of wait and see what happens with that." He promised surprises in the tell-all, hinting that whatever was happening between him and Courtney wasn't as simple as fans might think. That kind of vagueness only fueled more speculation. Was he stringing Courtney along, or were they both playing coy for the cameras? And then there's Colt's health update. At the tell-all, he showed up with a cane, sparking concern about whether he had fully recovered from his surgery. He later reassured fans in an interview that the hospital staff took excellent care of him and that his recovery was progressing well. Still, the sight of him hobbling onto stage while Courtney confronted him about infidelity created a surreal, almost tragic comic TV moment. It was equal parts sympathy-inducing and scandalous. The bigger question remains, what's real and what's just TV smoke and mirrors? Fans online are split. Some think Colt and Courtney genuinely tried to make it work but fizzled off camera. Others believe their entire storyline was designed for drama and that they were never really serious about each other in the first place. One Reddit user quipped, "Colt moving in with Courtney's parents? That's not romance, that's a sitcom plotline." Another noted that Colt's history with women doesn't exactly scream lasting relationship material. So, are Colt and Courtney still together? As of now, there's no official confirmation, but the breadcrumbs, from suspicious flowers to cagey interviews, suggest that even if they did leave the show as a couple, the odds of them making it long-term are slim. Still, in the world of 90 Day Fiancé, stranger things have happened, and fans will be watching closely to see how this saga unfolds. Viewer reactions capture the mood perfectly. Half are laughing at the absurdity, while the other half are rooting for Courtney to ditch Colt and move on. Either way, this pair has cemented themselves as one of the most talked about couples in the Hunt for Love spinoff. If you love the tea tonight, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the drama. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on? And which couple do you think is headed for disaster next? And don't forget to follow us on socials for all the behind-the-scenes gossip. Tomorrow's upload is one you do not want to miss. We've got a fresh bombshell that could flip a fan-favorite storyline completely upside down.